Good afternoon, guys. Happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, it is another one of those nights where it's still early. The Bulls game, well, not super early, especially not as early as last night, and I'm not actually going to take a shower. I'm going to watch the Bulls game, but I'm going to probably edit while I do that, since Jack's, I think, playing video games right now. My mom is upstairs and she doesn't care much about the Bulls. She doesn't care much about basketball. Like, I'm sure, like, if they were, like, in, like, deep in the playoffs, maybe she'd care a little bit. But she really, like, out of all the sports, she does not like to watch basketball. She actually doesn't love baseball either, but she played. So, like, it's so weird. She tells me all the time, oh, the pitcher's gonna throw this pitch, and then sure enough they throw that pitch. I'm like, how did you know that? Like, I mean, I don't know, like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, in sports I don't pay that much attention to, like, oh, what type of defense are they in, other than football, like, you know, like that kind of thing. I feel like other sports, like basketball, it's like, oh, what kind of defense are they in, or like, oh, they should run like the pick and roll, or like they should do, I don't really know a ton about that kind of stuff. Like, I know a little bit, but not a ton. And like the same kind of too with baseball. Like, I don't know, like, what should the pitcher throw, or like, you know, what kind of pitch is gonna come next, like, you know, kind of thing, like a predicting it sort of. Whereas I can do that a little bit more in football. Like, I can kind of predict that a little bit better, but in like other sports I really don't know. But my mom knows that about baseball. Like, it's so funny to be like, oh, they're gonna throw a fastball here, and sure enough they throw a fastball. I'm like, how did you know that? And she gets it right like 99% of the time. And so, like, I don't know, she's just really good at like figuring that out, like based on what the count is, and you know, like I don't know, like, and she doesn't even follow that much baseball, which is like the funny thing. But again too, like, she'll just be like, oh, they're gonna throw this pitch here, they're gonna throw that pitch there, or whatever. And like, again too, because she doesn't follow baseball, she's not even like, she doesn't know that much about like, oh, this pitcher likes to throw this pitch, or like the batter will like swing and miss a lot of times on like this pitch, so the pitcher should throw that pitch, like whatever it is. Like, I get that concept, but I don't always know like what I predict that they're gonna throw next, or you know, something like that. Or when it comes to like, you know, again too, like basketball, like I was saying, like you know, like, oh, they should run this because they got a smaller guy out there, or, you know, something like that. Like, I don't get that much, but like in football I do. I'm like, oh, you know, they got like a short safety or short corner, like, you know, they should run this play, or they should run that play, or, you know, whatever it is. You know, like that kind of stuff. I can see that and like pick that up in like football, but other sports, like, I just don't know that much about them to like kind of, like I said, know those type of things. And again too, my mom though, like, she can watch and predict baseball fairly well, but like when it comes to like pitches and stuff like that. Basketball is just not her sport. Like, you know, again too, she likes watching football, I think, just because we're so much into football, and like she also likes hockey too. But my grandma also really loved hockey. Hockey was, I think, my grandma's probably favorite sport. But like, again too, like when my mom was growing up, like, I don't think they really like watched hockey, you know, like anything like that. Like, my dad watched like all the sports all the time, whereas I don't think my mom was like, oh, let's watch hockey. Like, my grandma just liked it, especially when the Hawks were like winning like the Stanley Cups, like those dynasty era kind of things. My grandma was really big into that. My mom watched that a lot too with us, but like I said, I don't think my mom really grew up when she was younger like watching a lot of hockey. Like I was saying, my mom is not that big into basketball, so, and my dad's asleep, so right now there's really nobody to watch it with. So even though it's playoff basketball, they're in the play-in tournament, I think I'm just gonna, like I said, probably stay in my room right now and edit. But the thing is that I need to get the footage that's on this SD card. That's what I need to edit, what's on here. I thought I'd just share with you guys today's vlog, and then get the stuff taken care of off of here. But I thought I'd also share with you guys everything I got done for today, which was a lot, kind of in a weird order, not my normal kind of schedule, I guess. Because I woke up this morning actually really early, because, well, not actually really early, it was around the time I was going to plan on getting up anyway. It was just my mom came in before I actually got out of bed. And the other thing too, guys, is that I have not been staying in bed very much. I've normally been waking up and fairly quickly after that getting up out of bed. Like whenever we've been going walking in the morning, I haven't like stayed in bed or anything like that, because that's my problem some of the time. I'll sometimes spend like a half an hour after my alarm goes off before I actually get up out of bed. Like when we've been walking this last, you know, 2 weeks, and, you know, again too, the 2 weeks prior to that when we were going walking too, because it was so cold the other 2 weeks. But you know, when we've been going walking, I haven't been like, you know, like super lazy staying in bed for a long time. Like normally I've been getting up fairly quickly, but this morning my mom came in and said that our contractor was coming. I guess he was putting on the last coat of the like stuff that have to go in, the spackly stuff or whatever, the mud. I'm not entirely sure, but it was the last coat. So honestly, he was here for like 30 minutes and then left, I think. And so that was the last one, and then it should be dry, and he couldn't sand it tomorrow. It was super windy today. We had the back room window open. He had like the screen door open, but I don't want the dogs running back through the screen door. So I just opened up the window in there, but it was like, it looked like it was dry because it's been really windy out today. So, and it's with that, it's getting cooler too. So tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit cooler. But because he came this morning and my mom woke me up, he had like a virtual like meeting this morning. And so we ended up like, again too, she was busy pretty much when he was here. So we weren't able to go walking because we had to stay with the dogs this morning. So I was like, oh, that stinks. Like, you know, because it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, but it might rain on Friday. So I was like, I don't really want to miss 2 days of walking. And again too, I don't know if it's going to rain like Friday in the morning or Friday in the evening. I did see it's supposed to rain tomorrow in the evening, but not at all in the morning, so we should be good. But I don't want to miss a day when it's like not weather dependent, because if I can, I want to go because of, you know, like I said, the contractor coming this morning. We weren't able to go walking, and my mom's meeting and everything like that with the dogs and stuff like that. The dogs were like so quiet. They were like completely silent. Charlie was a little whiny, but he was actually all three of the dogs were very quiet. So that was actually really nice. The thing is, they were louder and have been louder today while from the wind blowing, because the wind has like, again too, like the doors will start creaking, like, you know, that kind of stuff. So they keep thinking that like people are around or, you know, whatever, and that's not the case. But they keep thinking it because the wind's like, again, blowing the doors or like knocking stuff over or whatever. The thing is that it has not been windy in my room because the wind is coming from like the opposite direction. So it's like not coming in my windows. So my room has not been very windy. We didn't end up going walking this morning, but while the contractor was here, I finished all my lists. I finished them so early. It was so nice. I got all that stuff done, all my grocery lists, all that kind of stuff is all finished. I don't have to worry about any of the rest of that for this week, which is awesome. But then I ended up making actually grilled cheese with that really good sourdough bread that I got from Jewel on Sunday or whatever it was, or Saturday. So I made like some good grilled cheese sandwiches and some tomato soup, and we ended up having that for dinner. And that was kind of already on the meal plan, but it was a nice kind of quick dinner. But then after that, my dad was like, well, does anybody want to go walking? Because my dad's been wanting to, like, as part of like his workout routine. And so I was like, well, I didn't go this morning, so that's perfect. So I wasn't able to go this morning when I normally do, but I did get my walk in this evening, which was awesome. It's about 1.5 miles in about a half hour. And we went through the entire park and then came back around because we live like 2 blocks, sort of like a block and a half-ish, 2 blocks, I guess, from the park. So it was really nice. Then we just get to walk through the park. It was funny though too, because normally when we meet Jack in the morning, it's like they're like the maintenance crews and stuff like that will be out there, like, you know, they'll be working in, you know, on the like baseball diamonds, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, they'll just be out there like cutting grass, or, you know, like fixing flower beds, you know, all kinds of stuff, whatever maintenance things, you know, they're doing. But we always like see there's somebody out there almost every single day, or like crews of people and stuff like that. But today it was funny because nobody was out there, but they had all the little baseball, like t-ball kids, youth baseball kids were all out there. And I was like, oh, this is so cute, because I remember when Matthew used to play, like he played, I think maybe 4 or 5 years of t-ball, up until maybe like 1st or 2nd grade. And then I think he played 1 year of like both baseball and football, and then after he played football though, he decided he liked that more, and so then he started playing football like regularly. But I think there was like 1 year where he did both, and then after that he was like, I'd rather just do football. But like he still could have done both, but I think he just liked football a lot more than he liked baseball. So he, like said, he ended up switching to that. And Jack never did baseball, he did football. But it was just kind of cool to like see all the little kids out there, and you know, some of them were probably a little bit older, like late elementary school, maybe middle school and stuff like that, but then there were some like little kids that were out there that was like probably like coach pitch kind of, or like t-ball kind of kids and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's so cute. But it was cool because like yesterday we actually saw them setting up like all the lines, like the chalk lines for like baseball, and then today there are like kids out there like practicing and stuff like that. So I think they probably had games yesterday and then today was like practice days. But again too, it was just really cool to like, it was much more lively today than normally when me and Jack go in the morning. There's like hardly anybody out there, but today there was a lot of people because we went in the afternoon. So like I said, that was fun, and I got to most of the things that I kind of needed to today. Like I said, my list was a big thing. I want to get to some editing, which I'm probably going to do now while I'm watching the Bulls game, and then after that take a shower. Kind of wanted to take a shower before, but I kind of figured my dad was going to when we got back from walking, and then he didn't. So now that like I said, the game's on, I'm probably not going to until after it's over. That was like compared to yesterday where I took one really early. Now again too, I'll probably just, once the game's over, take a shower, go straight to bed. Anyways, I'm going to get back to the game. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.